Hi everyone, this is Zorina from Healnlearn here with a beautiful woman, Heidi Gregor. She's our expert on beauty and charisma. Hi Heidi, looking great as always.
Thank you. Same I can say about you. You're beautiful.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Well, for those of you who don't know about Heidi or haven't watched her introduction video, I'll put a link to this video so you can watch it, where she introduces all about her services. She tells about her life, her expertise, how she gained her expertise. She has a really interesting career path, so I do recommend you to watch her introduction video. But today we're talking about beauty mindset, how you can become more beautiful and more charismatic using your mindset, or changing it and shaping it. That's a very interesting topic. I'm also curious to know how to remain young. So what is beauty mindset, Heidi?
Yeah, thanks for asking, because I think I do have to explain, because I think I invented the word. So actually I do have to explain. But before I can explain the beauty mindset, I will have to define the word beauty for us now in this context. Because when I speak about beauty now, I don't speak about physical beauty. I speak about the term beauty in general. So when I speak about beauty here, I mean that everything that's beautiful, you know, all the beauty out there. You know, it could be beautiful sunset, dawn, a tree, a flower, whatever, you know, whatever, a piece of art. So everything that's beautiful. And in my understanding, and also historically seen, beauty equates good, equates light. And there we're already getting really close to the divine. So actually beauty, all the beauty in the world, the beautiful things that exist in the world, are an expression of the divine. And so what do I mean by beauty mindset? Beauty mindset means that we focus and contribute to the beauty in the world. So we focus on the beautiful things out there instead of the terror and, you know, all the terrible things. And we contribute by focusing on it, we strengthen it, and we contribute to it. So, and I tell you now how that affects ourselves, if you're interested.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. I actually have a question. I hope you don't mind me interrupting you, but you know the expression beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Is it actually in the eye of the beholder, or is it in our mindset? How do you connect these things?
Is it in the eye of the beholder? It is in the eye of the beholder, actually, yes. Well, the eye is more or less is a mirror of the soul. So actually that's the same. Yeah, I think I'd say it expresses the same thing. We can only see beauty outside if we have it inside.
I see.
Does that
answer? That absolutely answers. Yeah. Very useful. Thank you.
Okay, so yes, so for some people they will see beauty everywhere, and some they don't see any beauty because they focus on different things. So it's actually very, very good. Thank you for mentioning, because it is a mirror of our soul. And well, that would go too far. We don't. Yeah. Let me first explain what it does to us when we focus on beauty. So the thing is that, I'm sure you've heard, but maybe some of the listeners haven't, that everything emits a certain energy. So we all vibrational beings, we're all electromagnetic beings, and everything out there, every tree, every person, everything, every stone even has a certain vibration. And so the vibration of beauty is very high, and the frequency of the vibration of beauty is very high. And high frequency vibration uplifts us. And that means, you know, why is that? Because the thing is that when we focus on beauty, we align with beauty. And when we align with beauty, we align with the vibration of it. So in the end, we are aligning with something with a very high frequency, frequency energy. And that means for us, it's uplifting. We are uplifting our own frequency. And the higher the frequency of our energy is, that can be measured, by the way, the better it is for us. And actually, there is proof that that beauty, even for that reason, improves our morals. So maybe you've heard, there was this exhibition lately, but anyways, I forgot, there was a city in Latin America, and it was a very humble neighborhood, very poor, you know, ugly, actually, one has to say, neighborhood. And they just, you know, did a project there, and they colored everything very beautifully. All the houses, the little houses, all of a sudden everything looked quite nice, you know, and you know what happened? The crime rate decreased. Have you heard of that?
I have heard not of this particular study, but I've heard about another case. Actually, we studied it in the MBA. It had to do with broken windows in a neighborhood. I'm not quite sure where I've heard it, whether it was in the MBA indeed, but it had to do with the fact that once there was a broken window in a neighborhood, it actually started deteriorating the well-being and the material well-being of people in the whole neighborhood.
You see?
So yeah, so bit by bit. So once the people living in the neighborhood fixed this window, and all the other windows that got broken afterwards, so once this was fixed, people actually got back to their original well-being state of mind.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And I have a second example. Have you heard of this, what's it called, Highline Park in New York City? In Manhattan?
No, I was there when they were building it, but no, I haven't seen it.
I'll tell you shortly. The thing was, the Highline Park used to be a railway bridge.
Yes,
and
I remember being there when they were building it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so the thing is that it used to be a quite dark and dirty neighborhood, and with dark figures running around, with everybody throwing his garbage there, their garbage there. And I think also there was a lot of crime going on. So this kind of neighborhood. So for some reason they decided to transform it into a park, convert it into a park. And you know what happened is, well, actually, first of all, it attracted all the tourists, yeah. But then nobody did throw any garbage there anymore. And actually, the whole thing, the whole environment changed. You know, there was no crime anymore. There was companies coming to this neighborhood that wanted to be there. Now they're building houses there with living space. And so the whole thing, just by creating something beautiful, you know, the whole frequency of the whole area changed completely. Mm-hmm. So that's what synchronizing with beauty does. So we can also say, when we focus on beauty, beauty mindset means focusing on beauty, and that means syncing up with beauty to the frequency of beauty, and that is uplifting for us, and that also means that can be seen on the outside because my aura is changing. So that's the first thing. It's the syncing with the frequency of beauty, beautiful things out there that gives me a different aura, you know.
May I just ask you something? Do you mean appreciating of the beauty when you say syncing? How do you do the syncing with beauty?
Synchronizing. That's what I was just talking about. So by focusing on beauty instead of terror and hate and other things that we can also focus on, you know, so many people do that, you know. They post all these terrible things on Facebook all the time. And so I do the contrary. I post only beautiful things on Facebook. Why do I do that? Because this is what I consider beauty mindset. I want to strengthen that, and I want to be synchronized, synced. It was just the short form, with beauty.
So I understood the synced part, but there are some people that actually they have beauty around them and they still don't appreciate it. They're not synced with it. Yes. So how do you sync if you're in a beautiful environment? Do you sync by appreciating it, or how do you actually?
You sync by appreciating it, by focusing on that. You can either see the beauties of the beauty of the trees in that park down there, or I can see that, I don't know, there is dirt lying around in the street. It depends on what I focus on. Do I focus on the beauty, or do I focus on it's like a bit like, is the glass half full or half empty? So it depends really. That can be, usually it's not, but it can be a conscious decision. Okay, I decide from now on, because I know it's uplifting and I know it's good for me, that I will, wherever I go, whatever happens, I'll try, because at the beginning it may be not so easy. I'll try to see the good in the bad, rather than vice versa. And I'll try to see the beauty in whatever, the beauty out there.
So how does it physically affect us then?
Yes, okay. And the physical effect is really interesting also, and can't be split from the other one, actually, because that's the thing. It's a holistic thing. It's a holistic approach. Different thoughts and different emotions also have different frequencies. So I said, when you sync with beauty, it's uplifting. So it's uplifting the frequency, but it also changes our well-being, because it changes our emotions. So when we start focusing on beauty and seeing the beauty out there, it will make me feel better. And what does that mean? It means I'll have more positive emotions. I'll have more emotions like joy, love, gratitude, and maybe peacefulness, and so on, compassion, and so on. And these emotions, and we know that because there are lots of, in the meantime, there is lots of science going on with these kinds of things. These emotions directly affect our cell chemistry. So it makes a whole difference if our ruling emotions, if our main emotional state is, if it's ruled by those emotions. I say it again because it's really, you can name them. It's not so many. It's really love, joy, peace, compassion, gratitude, very, very important. And maybe I forgot one or two, but that's about it. You know, those are the positive emotions that we know they have a really, really positive effect on our cell chemistry. And what does that mean? It changes the cocktail of chemistry, circulating in our body. And that means less silent inflammation in the tissue. That means less aging process in our body. That means less, in the end, less stress, and in the end, more health, more beauty, more of the good things. So that's the secret.
Mm-hmm. Great, awesome. Thank you very much, Heidi. We'll keep it nice and short today, and we'll continue with other topics on charisma. I'm going to put a link below to the book that you wrote, because one of your career paths was actually a pharmacist, so you do understand chemistry apart from mindset, and the way also color influence you. You could also, one of your career paths was also to give advice on the way people dress and look. So you had a very diverse career that actually brought you to the beauty and charisma topics. And you wrote a book that is selling really well in Austria. It's in German, so it's, but still, from whoever speaks German, I'll put the link below. It's about timeless beauty. It's available on Amazon, and Heidi is available on Healnlearn for consultations. For both men and women on charisma, especially, it's if you want to be more influential.
Yes, if you want to be more influential or more successful, because you'll also attract more people, more success, more everything if your aura changes. Yeah, if you're radiating beauty. It's like that.
Thank you very much, beautiful Heidi. Wishing you a great day.
Thank you for the interview. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.